Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League 4 Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft, here with your hosts Blackjack and Foxtrot, and our match admin Eisen, as we are here for the second half of the day's streams. That is Division 1 Day 4 in Season 4 of this Pro League. It's definitely been quite the interesting day, shall we say, our first foray into Twitch territory, and now we should have drops enabled as well for the ongoing little phase of the road to SI. But of course, more on that in a different discussion for a different time. Right now, we're going to be looking at the standings before we go into the match for the night. The matches, I should say. We do have two. But before that, at the end of the first set of games we had today, Union Gaming ended up taking top spot due to Monk-S, unfortunately forfeiting. We'd rather not dwell on it for too long. It is a bit of a sad topic. However, we had Mischief Gaming coming out with a fantastic performance against the side of Kira Esports on the map of Theme Park, no less, and that to attack first. MIG really showed us what's good, or showed Kira what's good, if you will. And now they're going to be going into the Samurai Esports Elite versus Demus Force game Both of them are currently at the very bottom of the table. Demon's Force are yet to put any points on the board for themselves. ESM have put in 3, but that minus 11 round conversion rate is not looking too good. Both of them will have to struggle really, really hard indeed to get to a spot that they're comfortable with to stay in Division 1 itself. It's going to be a struggle, and we'll find out which of these two teams can make that advance just a little bit more today. Speaking of which, let's have a look at the players that are to be highlighted, to be watched out for in today's match. And it seems to be Paktoon Kid and Sniper Wants Candy. Both of them equal footing in terms of kills, 24 and 26, not too far away from each other. But unfortunately, Sniper seems to have a few more deaths, shall we say, than Paktoon Kid. Of course, given that his favorite operator is Blackbeard, who is more or less a push spearhead, you are expected to get a lot of kills with him, but you will also die as the spearhead quite often. And unfortunately, Sniper on Candy this season hasn't quite had the best survivability rate, despite being, again, a very good spearhead for Demon's Force's aggressive plays. ESM Elite, in the meanwhile, of course, they've relied on Paktoon Kid quite significantly across the time that we've known this roster for, and they continue to do so as Paktoon Kid, with the Legion, has done a lot of work for this team. Now, with all of that out of the way, we are going to be moving into the match itself. Actually, we're going to, not quite just yet. I did get a little bit ahead of myself right there, forgive me. But it is going to be a very exciting game. And, for once, I won't be miffed about the fact that we are going to Oregon, because we've had a full day of Villa, quite a bit of theme park and cafe as well. So going back to Oregon now counts as more of a change rather than, the same thing over and over again. Sure, it is Oregon and it is Demon's Force and E-Samurai Elite, excuse me right there. They are teams that can be quite repetitive when they're sort of out of it. They like to rely on the same basics. And Demon's Force more so are very much an aggressive team that really like to try and dig into sight, but they end up bottlenecking themselves in certain situations if they cannot gain momentum. That is, of course, again, like I said, if they cannot gain momentum. That's a big if, given ESM Elite's performance this season. I think both of them will be struggling a little bit, but not against each other, more so against the lack of momentum that they have currently. But of course, all of that can be avoided, can be fought against, and we'll be seeing exactly how that goes through for both sides as we just await the players to get in nice and quickly, and then we can, of course, start the game. But before we do, Foxy, after that match Mischief Gaming had, what are you expecting out of this game that we have right now?
All right, so first things first, that Mischief Gaming match, like I said, did happen to set a precedent for today, what Division 1 is going to feel like. Just the second year I happened to adjust my mic. But coming back to what I was trying to say, most definitely a good match to start off Division 1. You expect nothing less out of this division, right? What I'm really interested to see is what Demon's Force and E-Samurai Elite have for themselves and for us, in fact. We've seen these players battle it out against each other quite a bit, but I think it's come out to be sort of a trend. We are getting to see the age-old teams that are sort of just very house commons for Division Ones seem to be just lacking behind a little bit for sure. Not too much for most of them at least. Union Gaming is out there still out there on the top, but it really puts things into perspective, right? We got to see a change in the map structure come out as well, and that obviously will in turn lead me to appreciating Oregon as a map as well. Don't worry, I'm going to keep those rants away for today. Definitely, yes. We got to see some amazing spectrum of matches and maps, in fact, for that matter. Some good playstyle differences, and that is what I think has been happening quite a bit. We know for a fact that multiple roster changes and whatnot have been affecting teams all around. I think it does come down to a little transfer window of phases for these teams to just able to, exchange players of sorts sometimes, most definitely. But when you do essentially think about it, it has definitely pushed some teams into that little bit more of an incubation period that, yes, will take a little bit more time with adjusting with what we are bringing out of the roster and with the additions to it. One good example, a prime example, in fact, of that is Demon's Force. I've not seen them come out with the best of plays since the massive roster change, but it does not really differ from what playstyle they've been exhibiting. We're still getting to see the same old Sniper One Candy, just able to stomp his enemies down with the black beard that he happens to bring out always. We got to see that some of that yesterday as well. In fact, the DMR play is just absolutely beautiful. But that's not where we stopped at. ESM Elite, another team that has not had the best of starts. In fact, the worst of starts, if you'd say, losing 0-7 to Union Gaming. That's not the best of positions to be on, even for yourselves being such a veteran team coming into Division One. 0-7 was not the way we were expecting to go in that match, but that's just it. It's all speculations and whatnot until this match, of course, comes into effect and lets us know, of course, who's going to be settling into the bottom three a little bit more, or or will we see that little upscale come out from the teams in terms of the points that they're trying to collect? But that's it. I know we've been talking for too long, people. I know you guys want to go into the match, and we'll be taking you right there, right now. That's right. Oregon, Demus Force, and ESM Elite will be facing off each other right now here and Division 1. The ban phase will be underway.
Thank you for that beautiful introduction and transition into the game, Fox. And I do have to agree, both of these teams, with their roster changes, have been grappling with that incubation period that you happen to mention. And they're going to be trying to see if they can get out of this little slump that they have found themselves in. And that stands true for both teams in almost equal measure. Right now, Thatcher will be the first ban coming out from the side of ESM Elite. Not really too surprising right there. It is Oregon after all. And Thatcher is a very common ban for Oregon. Interestingly enough, we're going to see a Jackal ban coming out from the side of Demus Force as well. Not a ban you see too often when it comes to this map. You usually see maybe a Maverick ban. Sometimes, of course, I mean, it is Demus Force who had that ban, right? They won't be the ones banning Blackbeard, but you do see Blackbeard banned every now and again. You have a Hibana ban as well every now and again, but no, that's not going to be the case today. Jackal has been banned, and Kaid will follow suit to make sure that Demus Force don't have to rely on Maverick too much, even though they probably will in some cases. So bringing the Maverick definitely will be, more like insurance. Plus, you have those grenades to emphasize onto important areas of sight and area utility denial with. But you're gonna have the the Valkyrie ban coming out from the side of ESM Elite. They don't want to play the Valkyrie. They don't want to play against the kind of information gathering potential that operator has, and hence the Navy SEAL will be banned. And along with that, the ban phase has obviously come to an end. Thatcher, Jackal, Kaid, and Valkyrie are your bans here. And as we move into the first round, let's have a look at both the rosters that are here in the lobby for us today. From the side of Demus Force, we've got Asterix, Tsukushima Goat, Levi, Next Shot, and Sniper Want Candy, of course. And from the side of ESM, you've got Masamo Mojo, Platoon Kid, Michelangelo, and Triple Ninja. Next Shot going out of the Hibana into the Ace, Mojo out of the Mira into the Ella. Okay. That is definitely quite the interesting decision there to take out Mira and bring in the Polish defender instead. But of course, the Gershmots are very good for slowing down and punishing solo pushes or even multiple people if you're feeling particularly brave. And I believe that is the FO2 shotgun that Mojo's brought in. So that is certainly going to make things a lot harder in the close quarters combat situations. But it looks like Triple Ninja has already taken a bit of a beating right there. Close to half HP, unfortunate for the man, as round one will be underway on second floor, Kids, Dorms, and Dorms main hall. And first things first, I'm kind of interested to see how Sniper One Candy reacts to this sort of a situation, because he knows, like everybody knows, anyone who's ever played Blackbeard knows that if you go close quarters against a shotgun while playing Blackbeard, more likely than not you're about to get shredded, especially with the FO12. Let's be real here. That thing is an absolute shredder of operators. And Sniper One Candy will be very much aware of that. But given his prowess with the DMR, which has a pretty good hip fire, I don't know why more people don't use it too often, but this thing has a pretty good rate of fire, when you're spamming bullets at people, and a pretty good hip fire range as well. So all things considered, it should make for a very interesting gunfight. But Tsukushima Go's going to be the first one to get a kill, and that is Mojo off the board, and he gets refragged down below as well. And that was from Triple Ninja, who was already waiting in the wings, knowing that first kill has just gone off. The Ella will be off the board, but more importantly, it is Tsukushima Goat Senpai who who is now gone. A big window of dorms is being emphasized on. We see utilities coming in, grenades coming in as the defenders start to take stock of the situation at hand. The tower is potentially going to be emphasized on the tower attic wall, because there was a drone going that way, spotting the mid jammer, letting their teammates know, Demon's Force that is, that they have utilities there. But Platoon Kid watching Trophy isn't going to win that fight. Actually, he gets downed and taken care of, and that is the Blackbeard at work. Snapper One Candy comes in, takes one, falls right back to bedroom to use his second shield. Now Demon's Force have put themselves in the man advantage at the minute 30 mark. This could turn ugly, especially now that Michelangelo's gone.
Well, definitely need that turtle by your side right now, because you see another drop coming in. Levi will be the one to take the fall. A 3 versus 2, that is not looking too great right now for the side of the defense. Taking some more damage will be Triple Ninja. I'm not sure where that came in from. I did hear a C4 explosion go out, but I hope he's not hurt himself from that explosion. I think that's what happened. But anyways, getting back to the situation, 1 minute left, and R6S is on the site. Not anymore, at least. Ramo takes care of that. He's done some damage. No, he's done more than that. He's gotten a triple for himself. He's looking for the quad. Will he get that? Sniper One Candy awfully close. Blackjack talked about this. You don't want to be close, but not unless you have a carbine. And it's Misamo handling that gun. What a play from this Jaeger. The quad kill. ESM. Unstoppable. Definitely, this frag power did come without saying into this match. Demon's Force are a team. We see them taking these gunfights quite a bit, but guess who else is that kind of a team as well? ESM, bringing that frag power right from the get-go in the beginning, able to set ourselves into this match that, yes, it will come down to this frag fest of a team with multiple refrags and whatnot. Everything that a gun game can include. Most definitely an amazing first round to start things off for us. Put ourselves up in that hype moment that, yes, this will most definitely turn out to be an interesting match. Paktoon Kid with the 6 pick, he's going to come out with a clash quite interestingly. Laundry room and supply room. We're going to see that blue bunker clash take. I think that's what we're going to get to see. The hold coming in. It's a little old school, but hey, it looks like it might just work, because with the Blackbeard into play, that does seem to tip things off the balance a little bit for the side of the defenders in terms of how you want to waste time. He's able to strike down too many things at once. Let's be honest here. You've got Asterix on the Zofia, Levi with the nades for himself. So that's already a lot of projectiles and utilities on site taken care of. Enough cleared for Sniper One Candy, and we've seen Demon's Force do that time and time again. We've seen them come out with all of that emphasis just for one person to be able to take frags, because that's how they like to play. That's how they've been good with. Will that be applicable anymore is what I want to find out, honestly. ESM with a very similar approach to that, but most definitely a little more calculated in terms of their approaches. But yeah, based off the score that they've seemed to have presented with on the standings, they might just not be too good at maths. But anyways, we'll be coming back to this round. The action phase is already underway. The prep phase is already done for, and that means Demon's Force is already making their way on the side. Let's see what this round brings us. Round 2 will be underway on this match. Let's see what happens.
I like how, Foxy, you completely stopped talking as soon as you said round 2 will be underway. And I was like trying to drink water, stay hydrated and all that. And I had to quickly just gulp down that, because I was like, okay. Oh, well, okay, yep, gotta go. Those little moments. Both you and Baba seem to have a knack for catching me drinking water. I don't know how, but as it goes, a big dude like myself needs a lot of water, as it were. But looks like the clash will be found. All right, here we go. This is the fight that we've been looking forward to in this round. That's Sniper One Candy going up against Platoon Kid, the Blackbeard versus the Clash. But the thing is, Shulker, i.e. Misamo, is right there just behind, waiting in the wings to make his play happen. Mojo in the meanwhile is going to hear and see Tsukushima Goat actually coming down the main stairs, pings the location, knows he doesn't have to do anything much. Tsukushima is trying to come in and get the clash instead as Sniper. Oh boy, that's a big drop, and he's gonna find Triple Ninja right off the bat. That was a little unfortunate right there, but Michelangelo found Asterix. Meanwhile, that's a big drop as a C4 will come in. Will that find the Blackbeard? No, it gets shot out of midair. Oh boy, Sniper is surviving in this situation at all costs. The clash is coming in from around gives away his location, and the Jaeger may or may not peek. Is trying to quick peek, but the drones will give away Shoka's position. Grenades are coming in as suddenly ESM Elite's defenders are trying to, scramble back to a position of favor, but it won't work as from behind comes in Tsukishima to find 2 back-to-back. It's the Ash to take 3. Can he get 4? Pistol comes out, but no, it's the Deagle of Sniper One Candy that finishes off the round. Switching to high speed mode, the Blackbeard comes in and quickly steals out the 4K from Tsukishima. Goat, a little unfortunate right there for the Ash. Could have had the 4K, but it wasn't to be. But it was still a fantastic round from Demon's Force. As soon as Sniper One Candy fell into, literally, he just dropped into laundry entrance via the hatch, found the mute, and Demon's Force quite literally shifted 3 gears in terms of their aggression and their speed, and ESM were unfortunately caught off guard very, very heavily. Unfortunately, we've had to use the pause timer, ladies and gentlemen, primarily because it seems like Triple Ninja has disconnected yet again. That was the main reason for us, being a little late to start, if you will. He seems to have a few disconnection issues today. Hopefully, it won't take us too long. Actually, it won't. He's back nice and quickly, Triple Ninja, in the lobby, nice and as quick as possible, if you will, given the conditions that the players are playing. And reportedly, of course, it's only stuff that we get to hear from our admins, nothing that we know of ourselves, currently speaking. But looks like both sides are ready, and we will be resuming the match nice and quickly. The pause timer has been unpaused, and we are back with the match on Basement Laundry and Supply Room once again. And, before I hand it up to Foxy, I have to say, that push from the side of DF, that was something else. You had the Ash coming in, scouting out, seeing where the Mira was, and Tsukishima was like, all right, this is the situation. Sniper One Candy, you go in, hold that position. We'll come in from behind. And oh boy, did Tsukishima come in. He made things count. Coming down the back stairs, finding 3 players back to back, shredding through the defense, blazing a trail of glory. Only for Sniper One Candy, the original person who made his presence known in that laundry entrance, to come in and secure the final kill. It was the Blackbeard Ash show for all intents and purposes. And now we're going back to that same site. Excuse me, rather. Same site from the side of the defense. ESM Elite want to try this site again. And they will definitely be speeding up their setup and any adaptations they need to make, because they know it is Demon's Force. And they could either take it slow and methodically, or quite literally blaze in at the speed of light, and you wouldn't know what hit you. ESM learned that the hard way in the last round. They're going to try and counter that, at least play around that in this round.
Well, I'd like to point this out. Just a little bit of a F moment in the chat for Triple Ninja. Honestly, I could not stop laughing in the background while that happened. While we saw Sniper One Candy just drop the hatch and get Triple Ninja while he was just placing his mute jammer down. Such a innocent mute, doing his job, being fruitful for his team. And he just got taken away in a very comical fashion, man. It was just one of those Tom Cruise moments. We saw the drop come in and then the kill just on the follow-up. I just felt really sad to be in that position. It was a little comical as well. But that out of the way, Triple Ninja, he's back in the lobby. He had a quick disconnection as well. I think he just needed a little bit of composure himself after that sad moment. It does come down to question into how the comms must have been like, because the Mira was, someone they most definitely will hold accountable for a moment like that. But anyways, that little moment apart, we're already getting to see an early fight. The Maestro of all people, Pakhtun Kid, will be the one to take that fight and lose a lot of HP. None damage done to the side of the attackers. That's still not the best of positions to be on. Tsukishima Goat once again on his own clear duty. He's going to be very thorough with this. We know he is, because everybody else is on site and alive. They're still going to come out with the push coming in any moment now. I'm not getting to see any early drone works come out from the side of Demon's Force, but now the mid-round drone. Wait a minute. Now the drones, it's the drop already in from the side of the Ash. Michelangelo is not going to let next shot enter the side of blue bunkers. He shuts one down, coming up for the turnaround. But here's Tsukishima Goat onto site and looking for more. He gets the first frag. Misamo will be the one to get shut down. A 4 vs 4 quickly might turn into a 4 versus nothing, or something else because this man is already on the side. He's looking for more and he won't be able to find it. A quick shutdown will come in with the WD take down the Mira and the smoke peeking together. The fire is not going to stop Mojo from coming out with the C4 rather. They've still got 40 seconds and taking down Asterix. Wait a minute. That's not the best of positions to go for the plant. Michelangelo, make sure that that statement happens to come out to be true. It's a 2 versus 2 back into effect with 2 double kills. In fact, coming in from the side of Demon's Force, Levi and Sniper One Candy staring each other across that hallway. They're still looking to make this push. They know for a fact where the diffuser has been dropped. They can reattempt the plan, but that might just not be the plan. They might be going for the kill here. Sniper One Candy attempting the plan. The cover should come in from his teammate. But here's the C4 triple ninja going for it. It blows up, and so does Sniper One Candy. That was not the best of plays now, was it? Demon's Force, quite the not so coordinated plan coming in towards the end there. The Blackbeard just caught off in a bad spot, and the Maverick caught off sprinting in the middle of a hallway. A very anticlimactic and what could have been a possible clutch attempt from the attackers. Demon's Force will not be staying alive for another round. It'll be ESM. Will make sure they get the better of them. 2-1 is going to be the scoreline as we head to round 4.
I have to say, the idea was there from the Blackbeard, right? Sniper and Candy wanted to go for the plant. He was the one with the diffuser, of course. Unfortunately, Levi should have been playing a little bit more of a forward position, closer to where the C4 came from, watching the they're watching the rotate, or maybe even playing in the hallway, watching Laundry going for the little closet rotate right there, because unfortunately, it's only because those angles weren't watched that the C4 went through successfully and Sniper One Candy got taken down. And looking back at it from here, it certainly could have, that entire round could have been played just a little bit better by Demon's Force. They seem to want to rush into the plant, right? They wanted to get in, get the plant down, and get out. Hold from afar, hold from above, whatever you do when you get the plant down on Oregon when it comes to basement, laundry, and supply. The issue was, the first time they went for the plant, they had Asterix going for it, right? Unfortunately, Asterix was quite literally breathing in 2 canisters worth of smoke and a bunch of bullets. And it wasn't exactly healthy, shall we say, for him in that situation. He got taken out, and the diffuser was dropped. The Blackbeard, Sniper, and Candy came in, retrieved the diffuser. A couple of kills were taken, 2 versus 2. Man count equalized, but then they tried to push in, as in Sniper tried to push in and force the plan because time was running out, without having Levi assumed his position of cover. And that was the main issue right there. And then when Levi tried to push up, he was looking to try and get both of them in quick succession. Unfortunately, because he was running, he didn't have time to aim down sight, and he got taken out very quickly by the Mute and the Mira. All in all, an unfortunate round for the set of Demon's Force, which, when you really think about it, should have probably been theirs had they played a couple of those situations just a little bit better. But I digress, of course. These mistakes have been very unfortunately common. And there you go. Utility clearance wasn't quite there as the breach chest went up. A Sniper on Candy, unfortunately, is going to go down. And Shulk is going to get one more. That's Asterix off the board. It's the M&Ms right now. And I just realized I made that joke. But it is a 5 versus 3. The diffuser has been dropped, and in this 2-1 situation is going to make Demon's Force's push just that much harder. They've lost their Zofia and their Blackbeard, 2 operators that EF relies on quite heavily. And with that early couple of kills coming out from Misamo and Misamo and Mojo, it's not going to look too good. Levi does a bit more damage to the Shulker in the meanwhile, but he knows that there's someone very close. He can't get that kill. Misamo will come in and finish him off instead. Tsukishima goes finds Triple Ninja in the meanwhile. Next shot, trying to find the Wamai. He does. Just about gets out in time. But the C4 from Platoon will take out Tsukishima. Now it's all down to next shot. Last man standing. Minute and 10 on the clock. And Demon's Force, like I mentioned earlier in the before the match began, actually, Demon's Force, one of the main issues today, or not today, this entire season, has been they start getting bottlenecked when they don't get momentum. They try to brute force their way through particular avenues of entry without clearances, without utility work, without, forward droning. Something that Foxy noted in round 1. The very first round was that Demon's Force wasn't forward droning for themselves. They were just sort of going at it, winging it for all intents and purposes. And that, unfortunately, has resulted in this 1v3 situation that Nextshot has found himself in.
Well, I think there's not much to add to that. You pretty much happen to play out the point that not the best of approaches from the side of Demon's Force. And look at that, more smoke to breathe in, but we know for a fact that next shot is not going to be making that same mistake again. He's had his fair share of inhaling all of that toxic gas canister the last round. This time around, he's just going to take some bullets from the carbine from Misamo. Heading that up for ESM Elite will be round 4 once again for this. For the taking, it is coming down to a very defender favored first half, and that's nothing less you expect out of this. I'll be very honest here. ESM Elite able to take advantage of the defensive advantages of this map. Very obvious, nothing new. But Misamo on something else today, he's definitely come out with quite the frag power. 7 kills already to his name. That's quite a bit already. As we happen to be on to round 5, that's it. 4 rounds into the match, you're able to come out with that kind of performance. Excuse me. That's really good. 3-1 is still not looking too bad for Demons Force. They can still make it up. They can still look for that possible equalizer. 2 more rounds to make amends to things that were going wrong. Just like Blackjack and me, both of us did point out very clearly that Demons Force are really happening to come out with not so conventional ways of making attacks work anymore. It's just not working out. And Oregon of all maps, I think at this point it does come out to it is a pretty spelled out map for everybody. Everybody knows exactly how this is supposed to be played out. Demon's Force, I think they will eventually come up with that change. Let's just hope that it's not too late. We'll be underway with the prep phase. Michelangelo coming in with the reconstruction already, doing that. A nice viewpoint we get from all the setup that we're getting to see the defense come up with. Thank you very much for that, Eisen. Just able to take a complete setup understanding of what ESM Elite is wanting to try to bring in, because this is one of the sites where we do get to see some innovation come out from teams. It's most definitely not as how do I say this? Not as repetitive as how we get to see the kitchen and meeting site being used as. This most definitely happens to bring out some really weird sometimes, but effective as well strategies. Nothing of that today. It's going to be a very default setup from ESM Elite. Nothing too flashy, nothing too out of the way. But once again, loving the Goyo take on this site. Triple Ninja will be the one manning that amazing operator. It does happen to come out with his own benefits. Let's see if ESM Elite has come prepared for that. We've seen that dependency of this on the shields quite a bit before. ESM Elite does happen to have that little knack for their own shield gameplay. But right now, it's going to come out to be needing more than just shields if they want to keep this advantage for themselves, because Demon's Force, they are quick with their scouting and they're already looking to make the push onto the side of Short Tower. Fukushima good on this drone. He's just going to give some more information as to where all of that utility is supposed to get drained out. The ADS is placed exactly in a situation like that. But wait a minute, the opening frags have already started. Tsukushima good, the first one to inaugurate that little section, but actually he's going to be the one second one as well. He's going to be the one to take the second one as well. Excuse me. Does happen to leave me speechless always. He'll be looking for more, but let's see if he can find those. A minute and 40 remaining. That's more than enough time for him to find them. Misamo, Michelangelo, and Triple Ninja most definitely must be feeling the heat right now, sitting on site. Not exactly feeling the best of things, along with whatnot is coming their way. A minute and 30 remaining. It has come down to Demon's Force really enraged, going at it head on.
I believe going at it head on might even end up being an understatement in this situation, as Nextshot's already going for the plant this time around, taking damage from the smoke grenades, however, as Asterix and the IQ Levi have pushed up onto that hallway right outside of the white stairs. Nextshot's going back in, and all of the gas canisters have been used up, I think. But Mashamo's going to come and take one. That's Asterix off the board. Really unfortunate. The Ash is down, but the plant just about goes through before Sniper himself takes down Nextshot. Levi finds one more. Masama goes down, but Triple Ninja will refrag nice and quickly. That's the Goyo on second floor. Drops in. Will be seen by the Blackbeard. That is going to scare him off the push. No, it won't. But unfortunately, it's a little bit too late for him to do much, given that Sniper on Candy already knows where the Goyo is about to come from. There's really only one way he can go if he wants to directly get onto the diffuser. Unfortunately for him, It's a Blackbeard, and I don't think I need to explain more than that as to how that was not looking too good for the man in the situation. With that, 2-3 is the scoreline, and excuse me right there, Demon's Force are one round closer to equalizing against East Samurai. And that's actually quite interesting because the last two rounds, excuse me, that we had before this one on Basement Laundry and Second Floor Dorms were back to back takes by the side of East Samurai Elite, right? Unfortunately, I can't quite say with absolute certainty that ESM will take Basement Laundry this time around as well. Sure, they have the Clash, which was one of their big changes of sorts in a Basement Laundry back in round two, kind of, but they're still going 1-1 when it comes to winning or losing this site, and so is Demon's Force, so it's kind of hard to predict as to which way this round will go. It could be either way. ESM Elite could absolutely counter and stomp Demon's Force's attacking potential. Demon's Force could once again pull the rug out from underneath E Samurai the way they did back in round two. Now, all things considered, I don't think ESM will go for something similar, as in, make the defenders think that the push is coming one way, but then, you shot. What is how does the saying go? Shock, drop, and awe. I think that's it, right?
Honestly, I'm the one who asks you for the saying, so this does not work. Yeah.
I don't. I don't usually use that one, right? So I was a little confused right there. But yeah, shock, drop, and awe. They might not go for that. They might not go for that in this situation, and understandably so. You don't want to be read as being repetitive by your enemies, because that just makes things a whole lot harder for you as a team. Regardless of if you're attacking or defending, even with the E-Samurai bringing out what they are, the Mira, the Jaeger, and all that, they're still being slightly predictable, if you will. But Shulker, with that gunfight, is going to take down Asterix. That's the big thing working ESM's way right now. That's a pre-fire. Okay, Shulker is going to find a second one. That's Tsukishima Goat off the board. Big drops coming in as the Ash and the Zofia will go down. But Sniper in the middle, once again, just, watching the clash, making sure that nobody comes up behind, gets any bright ideas, but no, that will in fact be Jaeger coming up, Misamo. But unfortunately, he's not going to get any kills off of this. Flashbang comes out, Platoon Kid is in fact flashed. He's falling back. Snap on Candy's assumed his position halfway down the bottom stairs right now. While we have someone just coming in from the ace. Another flashbang comes in, but Levi will find Triple Ninja in the meanwhile. That's the mute gone. A little unfortunate right there for Triple. Seems like Basement Laundry really is not his place to stay alive for too long. Another Selma goes out. That's going to make sure that the hatch is entirely breached, or maybe opening up a line of sight to make sure that Boiler Room can be taken with just that little bit more assurity. And there we go. Shoko tried to get away, but that newly opened angle working exactly against him. Good stuff from Demon's Force. They have equalized the man count at the 1 minute mark. ESM Elite looking a little shaky. A little bit shaky, I will admit. But right now, Levi coming in from wide's gonna find one more. That's his double, and that's Michelangelo gone. The smoke taken care of, but there's the Mira coming in from that same elbow rotate. He's got the shotgun in hand while next shot finds Platoon Kid. Mojo comes around, just about gets that kill, but now he's up against a Blackbeard. And oh boy, this might not go too well for the Mira. He needs to get himself into a better position. Will he see the Blackbeard? He does now, but no, Sniper! He's gonna pop the head nice and quickly with a beautiful and a powerful shot, as this DMR, it hits like a truck, and everybody who has ever gone up against it will be able to testify to that fact, as we will see in the instant replay. Demon's Force bringing in the equalizer. 3-3 is the scoreline at the halfway point of the game. And I can already tell that both of these teams are going at it with whatever they have, even if they haven't been in the best of form as of late. We've emphasized that quite a lot today, given that both of these teams are, at the bottom of the leaderboard. Should ESM win this, they have a chance of putting themselves up just slightly higher, getting a little bit of a better positioning, while should Demon's Force win this, they will begin a potential climb back up to at least the mid regions of the table. They did that in the previous season, mind you. They were pretty much bottom for the first week, and then starting the second week onwards, they were on a streak of win after win after win. until they found themselves tied in terms of points to the top three. That was a huge performance from the side of DF, but unfortunately, it's going to be just a lot more tighter this time around in this season, that is, should they want to have a repeat performance of that. We're going to find out how the specifics of this are going to work as we move forward with Demon's Forces matches, and of course with everybody else's matches, just in general. For the time being, we're just having another meta setup related hold from the looks of it. But I'm not seeing any emphasis towards blue bunker or elbow. At least not yet. I haven't seen any ADSs placed there. Neither have I seen any rotates made. I'm not sure if Demon's Force even wants to emphasize on blue bunker, given that they haven't done that too much in the past when they've come to Oregon. Yeah, you can see Tsukishima, I believe, yes, the Malusi reinforcing off the main elbow wall as well. So only a line of sight from Boiler Room is going to be what Demon's Force has to work with, and they've given themselves this willingly. In this 3-3 situation, I'm not sure if that's the best thing to do, but again, this is something they know and have done frequently. We can't exactly fault them for going for that. It's going to be interesting to see how ESM reacts to this.
Most definitely. That's an interesting take that will be interested to watch out for as well. This situation that we found ourselves in, Demon's Force keeping us alive in the fight, keeping the spirit alive. Like I said, we might get to see that fight back from them, and it's there. We're getting to see that. Will they be able to take advantage of the second half properly or not? That's what I'm looking to find out. They've taken a very good possible round count into account for themselves already in the first half. A good establishment and a good comeback from the situation where they originally happened to start off from in the beginning of the round. A minute and 30 remain. We are still getting to see some early scout drone come out from the side of ESM Elite, but we are not getting to see that push come out yet. That might just bite them in the back. You've got so many operators here, everybody running a C4 almost except for R6S. That's most definitely a good plan denial in terms of what you want to account for plan denial, obviously. I still got Sniper 1 Candy watching that angle. That'll be the long angle, not the best of angles you want to play with the Vector, and neither you want to play that with the MP5 apparently. Tsukishima Good gets taken now, but there you go. The refrag comes in from the Vector, quite interestingly so. Sniper 1 Candy will be the one to get that frag. He's noticed the sledge just around that corner, and he gets the wall bang headshot as well. Look at that connect, just in style. C4 goes out, does not claim anything, does not do damage as well, at least not yet. I'll still be seeing Levi coming up in a very powerful position. This might just be the play that he needs, being able to take a kill or two, and yes, he will. A kill or two will come his way. Levi gets a double just like that. He spotted the fourth, or the third rather, for himself, which he will not be able to get right now. A quick revive should be into place onto side because Michelangelo, he's so low he could just eat a bullet at this point, which he will. Asterix will make sure he puts that into him. Michelangelo will be the one to fall as Demon's Force stay alive, and more than that, they take the advantage, take the driving wheel into their own hands. It'll be a 4-3 as we happen to walk into round 8. Quite the scoreline to happen to take some evidence from, just to happen to walk into the second half. Demon's Force definitely has woken up to a new beginning.
Oh, most certainly. Looks like defense might just be the way to go for the side of DF. But I have to say, Levi inside of Boiler's room, he had like the perfect angle. Not only could he somewhat watch that hatch drop coming in from the supply entrance room, but he could also watch any push coming in from blue bunker. Now, admittedly, he was very exposed to blue bunker. He was still brave enough to go for it. In the meanwhile, of course, you had the double drop coming in to that main laundry entrance and supply room entrance, right there, hatch, and yeah, that was quite the funny, quite hilarious, if you will, in that situation. I'm not sure if Levi himself expected that. He definitely wanted a kill or two. He saw the prone drop coming in, but then both of them happened to come his way, and he was like, all right, guess I'll take it. In the meanwhile, right now in the 4-3 situation, excuse me for somewhat losing it. We've headed to second floor kids dorms and dorms main hall, standard side from the side of Demas first, and I can see Foxy absolutely losing it in the back there. I know his mic is muted, and I assure you, had the shoe been on the other foot, I would be in the same position. So I can understand Foxy. Fun times to be had for the whole family in this situation. Right now, ESM Elite on the attack. They're gonna have to try and step things up. The droning game a little spotty, a little shaky in the last round. Definitely their positioning needed work, as evidenced by that hatch drop, but let's not talk about that. Platoon Kid follows in to Master Bedroom nice and quickly. Free firing into Attic. Not going to see anybody, not going to get anybody off of that, but Triple's already up Armory Stairs as well. What's happening right now? Looks like ESM wants to do a quick take towards Bedroom Closet and get in through Trophy. But I have to say, is that the play from them right now? Given that they can get taken out if they're not too careful. You have the Legion, that's Asterix, just waiting to make a play while you've got some final rotates and bits and pieces being put into place from the rest of Demas Force. Now, Tower. Excuse me, they're being emphasized from the Sophia Mojo as okay, Snap One Candy is just going to reinforce that off right in front of his teammate. Very interesting reinforcement, given that should the entry be given away from Trophy, that mirror window position is going to be very vulnerable. So the rest of the defense is going to have to buckle up for a Trophy push from the side of ESM Elite, should it come through that way. And so far, it's definitely looking like it will. Triple Ninja holding a long angle from Armory Corridor all the way to that kid's dorm's door. At the minute 15 mark, no bodies have been dropped so far. Shots have been taken, but no bodies dropped. Lines of sight have been opened. But again, without dropping any bodies, this is going to be that much harder for the side of ESM Elite.
Most definitely. We're still looking at a 10-man lobby into this. There's literally nobody else who's picking fights as well. Finally, that utility dump at least comes in from the side of ESM. They're trying to shake off Sniper One Candy from this position. The Mira just very strong in that position, but wait a minute, Asterix caught off in the wrong spot on the top of the white stairs. I'm not sure how he did not pay attention to the call out coming in from his teammates on the rappel game. Revive, meanwhile, he'll keep things alive for his team. Refrag is in, the C4 comes up, but he's shot out in the mid-air. Mojo with insane reflexes, but Paktoon Kid, he's already on to plan, and we are taking the post-match situation. The Mira gets the Ishi gets the rotate, but not for long. The Maverick is going to catch it off guard. This is turning out to be quite the performance from the side of the attack. Able to bottle down the defenders and eventually boil it down to one man who won't survive Michelangelo's Wraith either. That will be the play. Once again, that will be the attack force from ESM Elite kicking us back into the question once again that, hey, is this just going to be a Demon's Force stampede rather going on? Or will we see that ESM fight back potential come out, which it eventually has into the second half as well? A very good attacking round coming in. Just being able to take advantage of a position that we really didn't see coming out from them. Demon's Force in a very good structure. 4-4 is going to be the scoreline. We're headed to round 9. Let's see what we have in store.
Round 9 is gonna make things a whole lot more interesting because it's a 4 versus 4 in the excuse me there in the round score situation, and not exactly predictable, if you will, I would say. But I've already said that like a million times already, so I should find something else to say. But we'll work on that as we go along. Right now, round 9, second floor, the site once again. I'm interested to see that the same site with roughly the same operators coming out from the side of the defense right now, Demon's Force. With the only big difference being Tsukishima Goat, he's gone out into the Bandit from the looks of things. That's surely going to change things up. The MP7 is definitely a very powerful weapon. More than anything, it's excuse me, it's the loss of Mira and for the Bandit batteries. You're not using the one-way black mirrors anymore. It's more going to be emphasized on those Bandit batteries, making sure that they, at least delay ESM Elite just a little bit, if not outright deny them. Next shot, one magnet going out towards Classroom to make sure that Ash or the Sophia, whoever decides to go and take care of batteries vertically, is going to be dealt with just a little bit of trouble, a little bit of utility denial. And that is something the Demon's Force I can see is thinking of. They're trying to think and trying to play just a little bit more methodically, but as they say, old habits die hard. They still find themselves falling back into those aggressive and in some cases bad habits that get them killed in unfortunate situations. Just for a second there, we saw Asterix trying to chase a drone, but then he sort of seemed to wisen up to the fact that, wait a minute, bedroom's already open. I should probably fall back. And fall back he did, I would say just about in the nick of time. In the nick of time, excuse me out there. My throat got caught for a second. Not sure why, but anyway. Point notwithstanding, we have the drones coming in once again onto that trophy area from the side of ESM Elite. They know which areas to drone, and they know what to bring out for themselves. They have the claymores, they have whatever flank denial is required. Triple Ninja, in the meanwhile, already disabling one of the Banshees with the use of the Twitch drone, goes in, takes it out, a little bit of utility clearance as well. Something I like about ESM Elite is their use of the Twitch. Not an operator you see too often, given that Mute can outright counter all of her drones, if not within a split second, and oh, that's gonna hurt. Next shot, taking out his own teammates, utility ADS going down. Sniper One Candy's not gonna be too happy about that, so 2 Wamai discs get thrown in, although I will say, the one that's closer to the rotate on that air conditioning unit, that probably isn't going to help him too much. Ooh, Batunka nearly getting Tsukushima right there. The bandit just about alive. He's going to go around for the repeat. Sees the ace, can't get the kill, falls back. Minute 10 on the clock. And again, ESM Elite are setting themselves up for that late push, plant, and play. But Tsukushima's going to start things up by finding triple. That's going to make things a whole lot harder now that the Twitch is down and it's a 4v5.
It is indeed a 4v5. We've got Tsukushima good. Still just trying to find any space. He might just be caught off in that little hunt for himself. Pakhtun Kid almost able to pin down Tsukushima, but he'll be intelligent. He'll just move back away from this fight, not wanting to peek that once again. Misama making his way towards the breach. He's got somebody in his lines of sight, or he's expecting somebody at least from the side of the attic. 20 seconds and counting down to it. The push has got to come in now. Sniper One Candy, the pre-fires out is what is keeping Michelangelo at bay right now. The nade comes in. That's a good cooked nade, but that's not going to do a whole lot to Sniper One Candy. He's going to go for the repeat and get taken down. A quick take from the attic is into play from ESM. They're looking to make this push happen, but will we see the plan go down in time? Not enough time left. A 3 versus 4 make that a 3 versus 3 back into effect. The refrags are coming in, but the plan is still not going down. 1 second remaining. The plan won't go down because that's what Demon's Force has put us into, and rather put their opponents into. Demon's Force coming in with a very effective defense. E-Samurai will not be even able to go down and stick the plan. ESM Elite finding themselves in the wrong spot, or just in the bad side of the clock over there, honestly. Don't want to find yourselves in positions like those. A little quicker of an attack approach is what is expected out of a team like this, but hey, that's just me talking. They definitely had to put in so much more work, knowing the kind of utility what DF was bringing in. We saw that active roam come out from Tsukushima Goat as well. Just that little bouncy play that kept them in check always, that kept them from being all the while a little more, just take a little more liberty with things as to how you approach your attack. That's not what we got to see from them, and I think that's where they happen to just lag down and boil down to it. It'll be a 4 to 5 once again. It's not the worst of scenarios, honestly. We can still see ESM Elite come out with that match point before Demon's Force as well. Who knows? But that is still a question in hand, because it most definitely is a defender-favored map, and Demon's Force does not want to lose right now. They do not look like they want to get that for themselves. They want to put this at least 1 point on board. Let's see if that's what the case is or not. We'll be underway with round 10. The prep phase is already here. Let's see what these teams have for us.
I do have to say that rotate from Tsukushima Goat, had it not been found by the sledge, would have been a very deadly rotate. Even if the side hold hadn't quite worked out, shall we say, from the side of DF, that bandit, that one lone man, could have made things a whole lot harder for the attacking team. Now, of course, Demon's Force will still be happy that they didn't have to outright rely on these. They're on the MP7 and the C4. Should Tsukushima Goat still have that in his pocket in that situation, it still would have been nice to have him around, shall we say, but a 3-man victory right towards the end doesn't exactly hurt. So, it's all a little bit of speculation and whatnot. We like to talk about what could have happened, what should have happened, if you will. That's kind of the basis of Reload the Moment, where we in the event of teams rewatching VOD, suggest what they could change. And I'm not sure what that attempted spray was from Asterix. He's looking for heads. He's really looking for heads right now by hip firing at very close range. That is what he's done for a couple of rounds now with the Malusi, right? If anyone's been keeping a track, he has managed to find multiple heads by simply doing that, and he's gotten a couple of kills. He's been successful, I shall say. But right now the drones are giving away his position. He's gonna fall back nice and quickly. No, he's actually pushing up the back stairs. That's very interesting. Masamo, in the meanwhile, is on the back stairs, so the Malusi can't exactly come up too close in while the danger of being shot in the face is still there. So Asterix is going to hold back, just make sure he doesn't get spotted. He will be spotted, however. He doesn't get taken out, though. That's the main thing with him right now. Just survive. Demon's Force just wants to make sure that all 5 of their members are alive and very much kicking when the final push comes in from ESM Elite. That's your best chance at countering these things, as the grenade will come in. Not going to find too much, just a little bit of damage done to Levi, and meanwhile Patunka gets taken down. That's a little unfortunate. He came in from Blue Bunker and found found his end at the hands of Asterix. Not a good start once again for ESM Elite, losing that first body the way that they did, and oh boy, pushing in unnoticed. It's Asterix. He's found a triple. He's found a quad. And now, oh, the ace will get denied. That's a little unfortunate. A flawless run for Demon's Force. Very much spearheaded by the Malusi right there. Asterix doing work. And the Maverick, oh boy, he looked absolutely lost right towards the end. Ooh, I had to say, he pushing up like that, completely undetected Asterix. Kudos to the man. He made that play all his own, as we will see in the instant replay. That's a great round for the side of DF. They are now on match point. 1 round to go to finish it all off, and they'll be headed to first floor meeting hall and kitchen. And let's see if that sudden burst of kills from Asterix is going to be what gives this team the momentum to finish off this game before things potentially get worse.
You know what was really scary? That jump scare onto Misamo. The kill that came onto the sledge towards the end of the back stairs, where he was just aimed down sight into looking that angle near the side of the single pillar that we have towards the bottom of the site. And suddenly, out of nowhere, you see Asterix just popping up on the screen and a death screen coming out in front of you. That was quite the jump scare and quite the rampage start, in fact, for Asterix as well. He went on to that quad kill for the taking. He would have gotten the ace as well. I think Levi he just saw the Maverick and he had to kill him at that point. Obviously, right? You don't want to let him walk away with that possible not so flawless of a round. But here we are, Demon's Force taking match point for themselves. Very good performance, most definitely it is. If you could take a quick look at the scoreboard, Aizen. Thank you. We've got Tsukushima good on 10 frags, Levi coming up to 9, and Sniper 1 Candy on 8 himself. This most definitely will be a good kill frenzy that we've seen in a while. Also from the side of ESM, it's not too shy of what we are seeing the side of Demon's Force brag about in the first 2 places, at least 12 frags for the man himself. So we come down to moments like this, it most definitely is that little scoreboard that they seem to be racking up for themselves right now, at least enrolling themselves for a possible MVP reward, which does look highly unlikely, knowing that these teams' positions do happen to come into question about that as well, which is not the brightest of things. But once again, don't mean that in any other way, except for the fact that these teams have been at the top. It's just a little awkward to see them at the bottom. We'll be seeing Sniper 1 Candy trying to get himself some groundwork done, but hey, he's got some visitors. I think that is the Ying. That is, of course, the Ying. She'll be getting some drone work done. Misamo coming around that corner. He'll be facing the Vigil as well any moment now, as we happen to see him just vibing around. Fukushima Gold and Levi just around that corner, but hey, the pre-fires are working. At least the wallbang attempts are working for sure. Misamo able to catch that little damage off of him, able to put Triple Ninja in a position to take that kill. We've still got Fukushima Gold able to keep his team alive with a quick refract. Triple Ninja prioritizing his kills, which he will get one. Can he get the other? The double is for him, but is the triple on the block or not? Ying onto the push. Misamo will make sure he shuts down the defender and actually makes him run down back to side. That'll be just it. The attack has only started. A minute and 30 remaining. We could still see this 3 versus 4 turn into anything at all at this point.
Oh, we most certainly could, as Asterix is just holding below the meeting hatch. He knows he has to. excuse me, given that this is the side and the C4 will go out, but that doesn't kill Mojo. Oh, he barely survives that too. Next shot's gonna come in and find Triple Ninja in the meanwhile. That's a big drop as well. The sledge is off the board. Asterix, not again. Not again. He wants to jump scare somebody. He wants to do it so bad. Look at him. He wants it, but no, he's gonna fall back instead, knowing that the Zofia isn't exactly particularly close. But he sees the Maverick holes being made, and he sees the bullet trace from the Zofia as soon as the peak. But no, he's gonna go out and get that kill anyway, and gets to, because why won't he? That is gonna be it, ladies and gentlemen. As I have to say, like literally, Asterix was just he was brushing against that door. He wanted to jump scare somebody so badly, couldn't get the jump scare, I will say, but he did find the Maverick.
Can I just cut you off
Maverick,
here, Blackjack?
yeah.
That was more than just a flex from Asterix. He legit happened to completely ignore the Zofia. Mojo not just got cover to give for your Maverick while he's on the breach. And yeah, I'm a little sad for the Maverick himself. You know, that's the second time something like that has happened. Yeah, imagine you're breaching out and you have your teammate telling you, "Don't worry, I've got this. Yeah, I've got this covered. Go for the breach." And guess what? Plays like Asterix happen. And that was one hell of a round. And the one before that as well, Asterix really going all out with what he had to bring today. That was one hell of a match to witness, that's for sure.
Oh, most certainly. And I, again, like you said, you have to feel sorry for the Maverick. He just wanted to get the breach done, man. Asterix just came in and said, no. But of course, all things considered, we are going to be going into Relive the Moment to talk about the match that we just had. An amazing game. All things considered, an amazing game. A 7-4 in favor of Demas Force. A good match for them. Unfortunately, ESM Elite will continue their unfortunate run of match losses, and we'll be talking about that in Relive the Moment, going live right now on your screens. There we go. And all things considered, it's definitely going to make it a whole lot more difficult, if you will, from the side of ESM Elite to try and come back from the position that they found themselves in. Interestingly enough, of course, we don't quite have the updated leaderboard just yet, but as soon as we do, I think what we'll see is ESM Elite and Demas Force are currently sort of in the same boat. Not exactly the best round conversion rate and only 3 points on the table. It's not going to look too good for them, but Demas Force, I think, might just be able to go might just be able to go into 7th place. That will at least be a little bit better, give them a little bit of a launching pad, if you will, to get into a better spot, maybe even say 5th or 4th position in the table. 4th is definitely going to be quite the climb for Demas Force. They've done it before, but it's gonna be hard, and this game certainly demonstrated many issues with Demas Force as an attacking team. And when I first saw Demas Force way back, I didn't think, sure, not this iteration of the roster, but in the first season of the first league, when we saw Demas Force be so dominating and just so strong as an aggressive attacking team, I personally never expected to be saying these words, that Demas Force's attack has many glaring issues. They're not droning for each other. They're not quite, doing all the utility clearance that they should be. They keep getting caught out in situations which can be avoided, but you need to drone. You need to clear the utilities. You need to make sure that everything is done and dusted. The setup is made, because it is Neon Dawn. Brute forcing through multiple rooms into site just won't work. You'll get bottlenecked and you'll get punished time and time again. Although I have to say that double drop from ESM Elite wasn't exactly doing them any favors either, as Levi aptly showed for them.
I mean, at this point, I think you've set a precedent for what you wanted to talk about ESM Elite by already saying that how flawed Demas Force's attack rounds were, and yet they still won the match, didn't they?
I mean, look, okay. I will give them this, that their defense rounds were good. I was just trying to say that their attack had flaws. Then again, ESM Elite kind of had similar flaws, if you will. And unfortunately, Demas Force kind of just really... They saw the flaws, they were like, all right, this is how we're going to win. And they did it. That's about as simple as I can break it down to. So Overall, still plenty of room for improvement for both of these teams. Hopefully, they can. At least, one of the two teams will survive. We're not just sure which will, as there's still plenty of matches to go. And yeah, there we go. Just from round 9 onwards, Asterix, the thing that we were talking about in the last round, he was just jump scaring people left and right. I mean, look at this. There we go. He gets the first kill, right? And he's been trying backstairs for the longest time. The longest time. And Shulker is just there. He's waiting. He's watching. And look at that. He's going to come up nice and really. And then gets the kill, gets 2, gets 3. And suddenly the round is Demon's Forces. Flawless entirely. Even though the ace was stolen, I don't think Levi's. The Asterix is going to be too miffed about that. And then, of course, you once again have Asterix because this man just really likes jump scaring people. He was absolutely brushing up against that door, ready and waiting to find somebody, take him out. But, of course, the Zofia just happened to go out of the tower door, just happened to stop peeking. He goes in, gets Maverick, gets Zofia, easy as anything. Rounds done, match 1. And with that, we're going to be going over to look at the standings. And just like I said, Demon's Force have been... they will climb into 7th spot. ESM Elite, ooh, that minus 14. Not looking too good. It's not exactly too great, if you will. Unfortunate. And Demon's Force, in the meanwhile, minus 4, so they still won't be able to get ahead of Exterminate. But 3 points on the board. If they win a couple of matches, they'll find themselves in the upper 4 of that table. That is how close the mid to lower regions of this table is. Foxy? Oh.
No, I was just trying to communicate that hey, it was quite the sweep coming in from the side of Demon's Force, and yeah, most definitely that will be something that they'll be able to use into this season for that. But it does happen to put things into a little bit of a question out there, that will they be able to save themselves from relegations?
Well, yeah, that is definitely going to be something to think about. And all in all, it's going to make for some pretty interesting matches going forward, I think. Day 5 and Day 6 will be very interesting, if you will. And yeah, overall, from what I'm seeing, Union Gaming pulling ahead, if you will, although, a forfeit or two here and there has certainly given them that little nudge, if you will. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we have some bad news. Ladies and gents. Exterminate Esports have just announced to our admin, who has just announced to us, that they currently do not have players and do not have a 5th or their subs available. So they will be forfeiting their game against LYSE Valiant. And I can see the veiled frustration on Foxy's face because, again, we've fixed the drops issue. We fixed everything. The Twitch stream was looking great. And we're just gonna have to bring in an updated standings, if it will. Yes, Foxy.
Yes, and as well, while we're at it with the updated standings, what I wanted to really point out was while I was in the background, I was trying to communicate with Eisen actually, is the fact that we had Demon's Force and E-Samurai's logos exchanged. So it was a little difficult judging from that standings exactly how we were supposed to go. And I was trying to point that out to Eisen, but yeah, most definitely something that we can take away from this match. And this, all right, let's be honest, man. I was not expecting that to come out as a forfeit. I'm just trying to cover up with whatever I
no
can.
one was.
I wanted to see that match. XTM, such an amazing team, and Lies Valiants, man. They've proven out to be why you want to be a pro team into this region. That amazing grind that we've gotten to see and join them in that journey as well, most definitely has been the best. But yeah, it's just a bummer that I won't get to witness that match today. We've had 2 forfeits today, man, into Division 1. It's just a little just a little sad, at least from me as a R6 fan. But I wanted to see them play out, and I wanted to see Siege cast some good siege. That's it.
I think we can all say that the feeling is very mutual in this situation, Foxy. We all wanted to witness and cast some fantastic Rainbow Six, and again, it's always a treat to watch LYSC Valiants play. We've been following them for so long now, their journey to become one of the best, and unfortunately, well, we won't quite be able to see them today. So it's a bit of a downer note, if you will, ladies and gents. We do apologize for ending the matches like this, but we didn't really have much of a choice. And before we go, we're just gonna, remind all of our viewers that season 5 registrations are still live, both solos and squads. So if you want to have a chance to get into the thick of the action one last time for this Pro League, season 5 qualifiers is up and ready. And you can head over to the Esports Club, get yourselves registered, and we'll see you there after this final week of season 4 ends. That is right. In quite literally the blink of an eye, we are at the precipice of the final week of season 4, and that much closer to the end of the Pro League. Really brings time into perspective. It's already 2021, and we're almost done with everything. The 6 invitationals coming up in February. It's quite the realization when you stop to think about it. But of course, we won't let that get to us too much. We'll be continuing with all the fun and all the action with Division 3, starting us off on Tuesday at, I believe, 6 p.m. ish. Should no delays happen. I really hope no delays happen. And we'll see you there. That's it from myself, Blackjack, our co-host Foxtrot, and of course our admin Eisen. And we will see you in a couple of days with the last week of the season. Stay tuned, and unfortunately, good night.